Yeah.
What up, though? Everybody, OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny at Retired from the Streets TV. It's May the 6th, Friday. I'm down here at the Eastern Market, actually at one of my spots I love to eat at. I got put up on this spot. It's called Farmer Frank's. Farmer Frank's do some decent breakfast. They got a nice menu overall, but I love coming down for the breakfast because I'm an any time of day eat breakfast type of dude. But I just came from getting my foot serviced up the street, so this was convenient for me. And as I'm riding through, I see a dude with a sombrero on. And I remember yesterday was May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And it was bittersweet for me, so I really didn't celebrate, because usually on Cinco de Mayo, we celebrate May the 5th with my homie Chewy. My homie Chewy, Ulysses Cabrera. Ulysses got deported last year back to Mexico. Currently, he's in TJ in Tijuana. His birthday May the 4th, but we usually do the Cinco de Mayo thing and turn up and get heli tequila out, you know what I'm saying, and tacos, and the next morning we eating damn tamales for breakfast to recover, you feel what I'm saying? So it was bittersweet for that reason, and it reminded me of who the topic of this story is about. The topic of this story is about my man Felix Vasquez. Now, I haven't seen Felix in a lot of years. The last time I heard something about Felix was actually had just got shot. He had just suffered a 12-gauge shotgun blast to the chest, but he had a vest on. You know what I mean? So that was the blessing in it. I met Felix in 1980. Damn, it had to have been 1986 or somewhere up in there, right? Me and Felix was in elementary school together. Felix was a super smart dude, real fucking intelligent, all A student. As a matter of fact, me and Felix was some of the only all A students as far as males in our classroom, and that stuck out to me. The fact that he was smart as hell, and he was a real humble dude. He was a real humble, soft-spoken dude, and he had a little wild side that only came out when you knew him. So when I hadn't seen him in all them years, I had went to Cass Tech, and I had did a whole bunch of other stuff academically that I'm pretty sure had Felix, me and him stayed in the same school, he'd have been side by side with me, because there wasn't but a few of us on the academic level that was showing out when it came to dudes. And he was most definitely one of them. He the first dude that taught me how to say cuss words and little nasty stuff, little mannish ass words in Spanish. And the first time I ever had some authentic Mexican food, even though I didn't like it because I wasn't familiar with the taste. Now I love it, you know, but back then I wasn't familiar. It was something new to me, so I didn't really care for it as much as he did, because that was his thing. He grew up off of it. Now, but that was the first time I learned, I had a taste of Mexican culture, was through Felix. And when I got older and I got to prison, and I seen how much tension it was between blacks and Mexicans, not to mention when you hear about, especially like in California prisons and whatnot, you hear about black and Mexican tension and wars with the BGFs and the MS-13s and all the boys that represent the Mexican mafias and whatnot and gangs, and you hear about that tense rivalry and them beefs and them slayings, the murders, them shootouts that they having in Cali on them streets and whatnot. You really get a glimpse into, it makes you think that there will never be a time where black and brown come together, right? But with Felix, me and him being so damn young, I knew for a fact that this wasn't true. I knew that y'all can coexist and have a harmonious relationship no matter where you come from. No matter what your ethnicity, what your racial identification, you can have a functional relationship, right? So that was my thing. Me and Felix was cool. I didn't understand when I seen a lot of that tense stuff that was going on between the the blacks and the Mexicans on the yard. And I actually got quite a few homies that I identified with and I messed with because, I mean, the Mexican homies, because I was able to break those barriers and break the ice and show them a side of black people that they hadn't really understood and they didn't understand. A humble side, a side that wasn't trying to use you or get down on you for anything, a side that wasn't trying to holler at your women and disrespect your sisters and whatnot. I come to them like brothers. My man Felix was a prime example. My dude Chewy, Ulysses that I just mentioned. And even my man Gomez Perez. I met Gomez Perez in prison. He was in there for slanging heli dope, but it was because of that relationship, right? Felix, though, it threw me off with Felix because, like I say, good family, right? Good God-fearing family, praying mother, always cooking, always got some festive music going on. We would call back in there on the phone, and we would talk, and he would say little sneaky ass Mexican shit. His mom like, I hear you, Felix. Watch your fucking mouth, right? You know what I'm saying? I remember, even though she spoke Spanish real well, she would cuss his ass out in English because he was trying to be sneaky, and she let him know, bro, I hear you. I had a good relationship with this dude. So when I got older and heard about him getting in shootouts and slanging dope and having the bag and all this stuff, they like, man, Felix killing him. Felix killing the game. Niggas is getting weight from Felix. How true that was, I don't know. The ramifications or the extent to the story or the details of the story was led to the shotgun shooting. I don't know. What I do know is I started looking Felix up a little while ago, and it was like, damn, let me reach out to this dude. Like I've done a lot of dudes over the years. I reached out to Felix. I mean, I was trying to reach out to Felix. So I started looking on Facebook. When I put in Felix Vasquez, come on, it's like Felix, for one, is a common Mexican name. Vasquez is not an uncommon Mexican name or Latino name. So a bunch of damn Felix Vasquez that I don't even fucking know came up. So I'm like, damn, let me Google Felix Vasquez, Detroit, Michigan, see what come up. Only thing that came up was a link to the MDOC, Michigan Department of Corrections, website, their portal called Otis, which is the Offender Tracking Information System. That portal came up, and when that portal came up, guess what I see? That's what I see. My homie, you know, birthday about to come up. 46 years old, me and him the same age. He don't get out until 2039. He not leaving prison until July the 30th, 1939. And let me read what they say, my bro, from my childhood is locked up for. Sentence number 1, CSC, second degree, person under 13 years age. That's when the defendant is 17 years of age or older. So even in the case where if you're a 17-year-old, you know, and you out here messing with somebody 13 years or under because you figure I'm only a few years older than her, you're going down, buddy. They're going to lock your little ass up. You ain't that little hot wee-wee, and you're going to be sitting down. Count number 1, CSC, second degree, person under 13 years, defendant 17 years or older. For that count, they gave my bro 4 years, 9 months to 15. This happened, the offense happened September the 2nd, 2012, and he got sentenced, damn, 7 years later? That's crazy. September the 10th, 2019. So apparently either bro was on the run, or either somebody brought these charges up late, or he didn't know the case was hanging over his head and he was somewhere else, and it caught up with him. Either way, 7 years and 8 days to the date. Count number 2, CSC, first degree, person under 13, defendant 17 or older, 25 years to 65 years in prison. Same date, September the 2nd, 2012, and they sentenced him the same day as the previous charge. Sentence number 3. Hold on, let me go down some. Sentence number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all the same as sentence number 2, CSC, first degree, person under 13 years old, defendant 17 years or older, 25 years to 65 years in prison. Same conviction dates, no probation, background, and no inactive sentences listed. My bro, man. Let me just show you that again. It's my bro, man. You know, as far as from my childhood, He looked crazy on there too. It's like every time I look up a dude I haven't seen in so long, these pictures do not be doing them justice. This is not. I would have never knew who the hell this dude was. 5'6", 295 pounds. That boy is shorter than me. He was on the baby Big Pun tip, the Mexican Big Pun. Rest in peace to Big Pun. You know, no disrespect to Big Pun, but he was big. I'm saying that to say that he went from a small dude to this size, like Pun. You know, Pun was a small dude initially. It's sad whenever I go to try to find out information about some of my dudes that I haven't seen in a long time, and I run across this type of information, this type of energy, and I always am left to wonder, what the fuck happened? What happened in your life, bro, to where having sex, because first degree is penetration, or force, or some violence was enacted, right? As a matter of fact, I ain't even we're gonna do this right here. I'm gonna let you know what it is. All right, criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, circumstances. Number one, a person is guilty of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree if he or she engages in sexual penetration with another person, and if any of the following circumstances exist. A, that the person is under 13 years of age. B, the other person is at least 13 years but less than 15 years of age, and any of the following. So they got a list of these things. If y'all want to know what that is as far as Michigan, that's Michigan legislator, section 750.520B, you know, under the MCL, the Michigan Compiled Laws. So there is no doubt, there is no question that you had penetration with these young, and I'm assuming that it's female, right? We can assume that because I don't know. It's not saying. And it's probably not going to say being that this person was a minor at the time. So we don't know how to, I don't know how to approach that. And right now I don't have a specific case in my hand to tell you the details. What I am, like I said, is left to wonder is what happened and why was it acceptable on so many different instances. One time is bad enough, but on so many different instances that this has happened, CSC with a minor, especially penetration, right? It's traumatizing to people, man. I know females who've been molested. I've dated females and been in love with females who've been molested when they were young, been raped when they were young, been raped as adults, and it's a lasting effect. It crosses over into their intimacy. I've had tense, intimate exchanges with females where I felt like I was doing something wrong, and I had to fall back because something I did sexually that was consensual triggered something in them that reminded them of the assault they experienced previously, right? So I'm doing, we involved, we engaged. I might have started taking the underwear off too fast or too aggressive because we in that mood. She's like, don't do that. I don't like that. And then the next day she'll say, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. But when I got molested, that's how you used to pull my panties off. Not to be explicit, but we talking facts, right? So when I hear about this stuff, I'm like, damn, bro. I've dated females who experienced the shit that you put this young girl through. It always feels so foul and such a betrayal when you don't notice about a person and you find this shit out. I'll pray for Felix the same way I pray for everybody else, including the previous story I did about my little bro Boo Man, about he went from a hustler to a serial rapist. It bothers me, man, because I don't believe in vigilante justice anymore, but I think that the law should pass to where dudes that violate women and children, especially children, vulnerable people, people that can't fend for themselves, can't defend themselves against you properly, I think y'all should go to the gallows. Y'all should be hung. Y'all should be flogged, whipped in public. I think there should be severe capital punishment for individuals like y'all. And that's just my personal belief, because you can call it a sickness and an illness, and I get all that. I don't want to cross into that category because I don't want to offend nobody's belief system, and I don't want to offend how people look at these things, because some people really believe that's a sickness or it's a problem. And my thing is, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't. I just really believe that the punishment behind that should be severe, you know. Because if you that type of person, you that sick, you need to be somewhere. You need to be somewhere. You know what I mean? You need to be away from normal people and away from society, because ain't no telling when you will have a moment where you will get triggered to do this type of behavior. But when you see a little kid playing at the playground, you hear a little kid voice, you get triggered. The ice cream truck sound effects, that shit, you know, that trigger your ass. Smelling popcorn, Mike. You know, you never know around a motherfucker who got a fetish for children or a fetish for rape, you know? We got to give bro to God in the streets, though. And you figure this happened in, what they say, 2012? That was, so you wasn't no baby. You was a grown-ass man, you know, when this stuff happened. Yeah, you was all the way grown, messing with a baby. That's deep. That was 10 years ago. Something like that, right? Let me see. Let me go back and make sure. I don't want to assume. That was 10 years ago, though. It's like, come on now. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. So you figure you 36 years old at the time. You way grown, my baby. Got to get y'all to the streets, man. Y'all dudes who think that shit is acceptable. Felix, Vasquez, you was my bro when we was little, and I know you don't give a damn because you ain't seen me in all these years, so, and you doing all that time. So what I got to say don't hold weight with you anyway. But dudes like y'all need to be where y'all at. Either y'all need to be away from, I don't want to say what I was going to say. Y'all need to be elsewhere, though. You know, I thank y'all for tuning in again. I'm about to get from down here because it's drizzling and I got other things to do. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Have a safe Friday. Shout out to my homegirl DW. She got her children's spa. Dope. That's real dope. And I'm definitely going to support her. What I'll do is, if I get time, I'm going to try to drop a picture of her flyer into the video, man. Y'all be safe. OG Kenny, O_G_TV, retired from the streets TV, another one. I love y'all. I'm out. Loved ones. It's your boy 2020, CEO of Street Monster Entertainment.